I've been asked how to remove acrylic nails safely at home. I'm going to get set up for you, show you what you can use and hopefully give you some guidance and tips on how to remove them safely. Any questions, just let me know. So here are some of the tools that you'll be able to use to help with the removal of your acrylic nails. So these are just normal nail clippers, but some of them have one of these little gadgets on the end here, a little file. So you can use that to scrape the acrylic off there gently. If you've got one that hasn't got one of those on, then you can use the end of this bit here. You want something that's not too sharp. This is my normal cuticle tool, and it's got a little gadget on the end there for me. You could use a little cocktail stick as well. You can use the end of that. We've got an orange wood stick here as well. I've got my son's old knife that is nice and blunt. It's not sharp at all, so you can use the end of this. And then here, this is my daughter's little nail set here. So there's a couple of little things in here that you could use as well. And then you've got a file here. So have a look round home and see if you've got anything that you could use to remove if you've not got obviously the tools that we use. So here are some of the nail files that you can use as well to remove the acrylics or your gel polish, whichever you're removing. So I've got a buffer here. This is one that we use in the salon, but if you've got anything similar, you can get the buffing blocks as well. This is a small nail file, so if you've got one of these at home. This is similar to one that we use in the salon, so if you've got anything like that, or if you haven't got any of the files but you have got nail clippers and you've got one of these on the end, it's not great but it will help as well. And back to my daughter's kit, she's got a few bits in here, so this little file here, and also your nail clippers, because you can clip away some of the acrylic on the end before you put them in soak. So just a few items there that might be helpful for you. So you will need acetone. If you haven't got pure acetone at home, look for a nail polish remover with acetone in. These are my daughter's nail polish remover pads that do have acetone in. So we could use those as well, but it will take you a lot longer, so you will need to have patience with that. Foil, you'll need some foil, so cut some kitchen foil into squares, and then you'll need some cotton. So I've got some cotton discs here that I've cut up into smaller sections, because that's all you'll need. And then once you're finished, you'll need an oil, so ideally a cuticle oil like this one here, just to put some moisture back into your cuticles and your nails, because it is quite a drying process. If you haven't got any cuticle oil, use a good hand cream. If you haven't got any of that at home, you could use some coconut oil that you use to cook with, just something just to put some moisture back into your cuticles and your nails. Pad, you want quite a good amount. It needs to feel quite drenched in the acetone, but you need to be careful here not to pop it all the way over the skin, because we don't want to dry the skin out too much. If you're taking your nails off completely and you're leaving them off and not putting any polish on, then a little tip here is pop some oil, if you have it, on first, just all around the skin here, just to help protect it and add some more moisture in. If you're not and you're planning on putting a colour on, then just leave this option out. But here we go, so we've got the acetone on there, and I'm going to put it just directly over the nail, and then with the foil I'm going to wrap this up, and you want it nice and tight as well. There we go. And then you want to leave that for a good 15 minutes or so, because it's got the acrylic on, before we take it off and have a look. So go make yourself a cup of tea, read a magazine, go and watch one of your favourite programmes. Just leave it for a good while. The key here is patience. So if you haven't got your acetone, then it's the same process with your nail polish remover, exactly the same. And also, if you haven't got your foils or your cotton pads at all, then another way, which is what some salons do, is putting your hands in a soak-off bowl. So at home, if you've got a glass dish or a ceramic bowl, don't use plastic though. Pop your acetone into your dish, and then you can pop your fingers in and just leave them in soak for the same amount of time, or your one finger. If you cover with a towel, it just holds the heat in, and that will help to speed up the process as well. So we've had this on for about 25 minutes now, so I'm just going to take it off and take a look. So it should look like this, where you can see all the gel polish is starting to flake off. Once it comes off, it will start to dry out a little bit, so you can just gently scrape it off. Can you see all the acrylic there? It's it goes a little bit sort of soft and gooey there, and we just need to gently scrape that off. So you shouldn't be putting too much pressure on. You don't want to be scraping your nail. Okay. A little bit in soak. It's pretty much all off, but there's a little layer of acrylic just left over there. So I'm just going to put that back in soak for another 5 minutes. So this has been on for another 5 minutes, so we're going to take it off and have a look and get this last little bit of acrylic off there. There we go. So I'm just going to use the buffer now and gently go over the whole of the nail. If you haven't got a buffer and you have only got a nail file, then just be really gentle, because you don't add too much pressure and you're going to scratch and damage your nail plate. So you just gently go over and get any excess off there. So I'm going to go over with my buffer. Okay, and then you can just file and shape your own nail. Okay, so that's all off now. So you shouldn't be able to feel any acrylic left on there. So it's just about improvising with what you have got. But the key is just be nice, soft and gentle. Don't force it off. If you need to wrap it up for a bit longer, just keep doing that until it all completely soaks off for you. Then if you've got your oil, then pop your oil on. You want to pop that round, and then we're going to massage that in. So round your cuticles and over your nail. And then I've just gotten out actually, because I forgot I had this at home. So not everyone will have one of these, but if you do have one of these leather buffers, you could just give it a buff over just to kind of give it a nice natural shine. If you're leaving it completely naked, or if you've got a top coat and you want to put a top coat on, you can. Or a colour, whatever you decide to do. But there we go, that's how to remove your nails safely. As I say, any questions, just drop me a message.